video games. Welcome to Filthy Casuals, a podcast about video games, hosted by two very kind and extremely knowledgeable boys. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Tommy Daslow, and with me, as per usual,
Ben Vanel here. Tommy, thanks for opening the show with your patented introduction. It's by the book, it's off the script, but a man who refuses to go by the script. He's an off-book kind of guy. It's Ben Russell. He's here, and he's ready to talk video games. Ben, how are you feeling?
Thank you so much. I'm feeling rebellious. I'm feeling rogue.
Yes.
I'm feeling resisty. I'm resistant. I'm against it all, and I'm shaking fists and taking names, you know?
well, that's that improv background, you know? There's no point giving you a script for the show because you're more comfortable in, like, maybe we could give you, like, a one-word suggestion for the show.
Yeah. And I'll just go off. Like, where does he come up with these ideas? Where does he come up with all this? How does he do it? What's going on?
The brain is my answer when someone asks where do the ideas come from.
Frontal lobe type deal.
Okay. Yep. I say cojones. I say it comes from the cojones.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, the way that you say that is slightly off-putting for some reason.
Interesting.
Yeah. You make it sound like you're doing a kind of inappropriate sort of
You make Spanish sound more Dutch. That's what Ben Vanel does. He goes Dutch.
Yeah.
Go Dutch. I refuse to go any other way.
Yeah.
And where did you get the idea for that? Where did that idea come from? To go Dutch?
That was in the script.
Right. Okay.
That was something we workshopped for a couple of weeks. And,
you love the book. You love playing it by the book, for the book, with the book, of the book.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I hate though. I hate having the book thrown at me. That I do not like.
Well, if you play by the book, then the book will never get thrown at you.
That's true. But when the book does get thrown at me, I feel so betrayed by the book. You know, I've lived my life in service of the book, and now the tables have turned.
The book giveth and the book taketh away.
God, I'm glad we got a guest on this week. Very little news going on.
What have
this
you
is
guys
exactly
been talking
what we were
about
hoping
amongst each
for.
other? You guys have just been like, hey, what's going on? Nothing much, man. That's it. Thanks very much
God,
for
I wish we
Filthy
had
Casuals.
a third silly person in this conversation to bring up some off-kilter observations.
If variety is the spice of life, then Ben Russell is the spice.
You're the rack. You're the spice rack.
I'm a big rack of spice, racked up, ready to fucking rack off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you racked your little ass down to a certain Melbourne-based video games convention that happened the past weekend. Probably the first time that we haven't been for many a year, Tommy.
Yeah.
Little Benny Russ went down to PAX.
I did. I had a gig there. I played a little light version of Dungeons and Dragons, which I'd never played before.
Oh, right.
And it was lots of fun in front of people. Great crowds. Can I say this about nerds? Get a lot of flack. All right, they get a lot of flack in life, but they are great audiences.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we can
Nerds are
attest
some
to
of the
that.
best audiences because they've got nothing to prove. The worst audiences are cool audiences that are too cool to laugh or whatever.
Yes.
Nerd audiences, they're free. They're free of that problem.
They're
Big office that's been dragged to a big group that's been dragged by like one organizer who thinks that comedy is going to be a great, fun social thing to go to, and everyone else there, afternoon of, are like, I don't want to go to this fucking comedy show. I just want to sink piss.
Yeah.
I don't want to be with work people. I performed at one of them recently, and it was...
That's perfect.
It was.
Or even better than that, I think, is an audience that has had comedy foisted upon them. Like they've been there, and then all of a sudden comedy starts, and they're like, I don't want this at all. But,
the Melbourne Backpackers gig was a beautiful example of that. People are there for the karaoke that starts right after the gig, and they do not give a fuck about these open micers and their little thoughts.
And nor should they. They're in the right.
No, they're in the right.
They are.
That's
Yeah.
the annoying thing. They're making they're another good example. The Lucky Cock on Chapel Street.
Yes.
Had
Yes.
a cheap pizza night that there would also be comedy that would just happen.
And that
People
was
would
a
be there to
dirty
catch
double
up with
because-
their friend.
Because that was a very cool, like there were lots of kids there that were trying to be
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
And you can't be
Yes.
cool and laugh at the same time. It just doesn't work
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah, you're already
And,
struggling to eat pizza in front of a young lady
Yeah.
without getting it all over your fucking face.
Laughter is a sign of weakness.
It sucks when you've had your kind of your whole existence, your whole like thing that you do professionally is thrown into question by a group of people who are right. They are right to have treated you that way. So you can't even be like, well, fuck them. You have to be like, hey, I guess I should kill myself because I can't argue with those people.
I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
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 It's a troubling time that you have to live through, and but everyone needs to do it.
Yes.
You think like do you think that we could ever live to see like a Wario version of Husey that would just be up there being like, you're a terrible crowd. Never forget that.
I'm
Never
gonna
stop
win."
feeling bad about that.
You're a terrible crowd. Never forget that. Always forget that.
I don't own any houses. I've never owned
I'm
property.
homeless.
He's
I'm homeless, Susie.
I'm homeless.
Woozy.
Susie.
Woozy.
Yeah.
I don't care
fired
about
up at all.
money. Money's temporary.
I'm actually really chilled out about this.
It's lockdown. I think Dan Andrews is great.
He's
I
a
love
good
him.
guy.
Got a tattoo of him.
I want kids. I love my kids.
Oh yes. Woozy.
Susie.
Woozy. I'd play him in Mario Kart. I'll tell you what.
Oh,
I
fuck
tell
yeah.
you what.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Little
yeah.
bumblebee suit.
Oh fuck
Love it.
yeah! Hell yeah!
So
you know,
PAX,
PAX was fun. There's things that I like about PAX, and there's things that I just cannot understand about PAX.
Okay.
I love things that I love. I will go. The worth going is the local game developers section.
Yes.
And the indie game developer section. Really good. You can talk to the developers. You can see what's going on. You can see what's being made. There's so much being funded right now in
and
Australia.
they're
It
so
feels like
pumped. They're just
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
pumped to have you playing their game. You're often
Yeah.
getting a little bag with some stickers and shit in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
To promo the game that then all of a sudden 2 years on you go like, I don't know if that ever came out.
Yeah.
Sure.
Still fun.
And there's the board game section, and people just, tables and tables of people playing different types of games. You can sit and you can watch these amazing little board games, and I enjoy, if I was a part of that community and I wanted to be a part of that community, it's a great thing.
Yeah.
But then there's things that I don't understand, and the shows, of course, and the panels and all that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get.
Panels and shows
Yep.
are really fun, yeah. And like you said, good audiences. People are like, yeah, I came here because I love this stuff and I'm going to have a good time. I'm not,
Yeah.
I don't have my arms folded. I'm not in Lucky Cock eating a pizza.
No. And there's the thing that I don't understand though is that you're paying so much money to get into what is effectively mostly a trade show, just to be advertised to. And so you're paying money to wait in, like there were people waiting in line to go play Mario Kart, and I'm like, you can do this at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is strange.
Yeah.
Surely even at just like a JB Hi-Fi at this point, there's just like
Surely.
a demo Switch 2 setup that you can have a go of Mario Kart World.
And
if
then
you
there's
really
a
want.
bunch of stuff for sale there that's just so overpriced. So you've already paid money, then you're paying this super overpriced for junk. There's like I think there's a problem with nerd culture in just like super hyper consumerism.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's like how much stuff
you're
can
right.
we
There's
get?
there's a huge section that's all like the comic shops and all that kind of, and like figurines and stuff. But then
Yeah.
even like Nintendo will just have
Yeah.
a retail booth that is like more expensive than going anywhere else. The idea of like walking out of PAX having purchased a Switch 2, like it being a thing that
Right.
you can
Yeah.
afford, that you're interested in, and that is the place that you choose to get it is bizarre to me. I'd love to
Yeah.
know how many of those they sell over the course of the weekend and whether
And
it's
then there's just
worth
like
their while
stalls
setting it
for
up.
fucking gaming chairs and
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
and rigs, and you're just like, what the fuck
Funkos.
is this? Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. So,
You're right.
you know,
the
it's
disparity between the real grassroots, like going hands-on with an indie, playing some board games with people, and then this like hyper, just being like a shopping center is strange.
It's very strange, and there's just so much. It's just chock filled with advertising. It just kind of makes my skin crawl a bit. But
the like the AMD booth and the like Razer and like all of that stuff where it's like
it's fucking weird.
This should just be in the corner of a Harvey Norman. Like it feels This episode brought to you by Loot Crate. Get the latest Loot Crate and you get a fucking The Witcher themed wine stopper and a t-shirt that doesn't fit and
more shit that will eventually go into landfill and last forever.
Yeah.
So there's
worst
like
made t-shirt you've ever had in your life.
Seriously.
The fabric sucks.
Yeah.
The quality of the print is that really tough, like crusty, where it kind of doesn't fold. It just kind of sits on you like you've got a piece of paper stuck to yourself.
Gaming is becoming just mainly people waiting in line to get corporate advertising thrown at them, and like a lot of the gaming awards is all that basically. It's just like, let's go and get a bunch of people that are excited to get advertised too.
Yep.
It's fucking crazy to me.
It is.
It's
because we talk about the Game Awards every year, and we always compare it to the Oscars, and like, what if the Oscars was mostly like branded tie-ins and trailers, like if that was the actual appeal, which is. Maybe that is on the horizon for something like that.
I think a few more trailers being in the Oscars would be cool. I got to admit, if part of it was, here's the world premiere of the trailer for Nolan's, Odyssey, that would be, rather than it just being like you're on Twitter one day and you're like, oh, I guess the trailer for this is out.
I think it's only a matter of time.
I think it is, right? It's like if ratings are falling for those broadcasts, they've just got to cram more ads in any way they can.
But aside from that, I do liked it. I did liked it. And then on Sunday, I went to the. I don't know what I was saying then. On Sunday, I did liked it. I do liked it.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah, that's the great thing. You corrected yourself to still be completely wrong.
I know.
I do like it.
I know I did.
I mean, sorry, I misspoke. I should say I did like it.
And you could have let that
because
slide.
it's not currently happening. No, why would I? That's not what podcasting is. You can't have someone fumble over a sentence and not spend 5 minutes tearing it apart. Are you kidding me? Why do any of this if I'm just going to let it slide?
And then I went to the PAX for white women, which is the Finders Keep It market, the design market.
Nice.
Which is basically, it is the same thing, except for local artisans.
Some nice little cards, some nice little...
Got some great condiments, got some hot honey.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What is now... Okay, I know this is not... this sort of technically isn't our domain because this has nothing to do with video games, but... I've got to say, all of a sudden, I'm seeing hot honey everywhere. What the fuck is going on? You see it creep into pizza places, a little drizzle of hot honey on there. I'm like, well, okay, that makes sense. I feel like I'm seeing it more and more like burgers and stuff. And then I was at the airport at Mad Mex the other day, and they got like a hot honey burrito. I'm like, I'm sorry, this is not the domain of the burrito. What's going on with hot honey?
It's fermented honey with a little bit of like chilliness in it, a little heat, and so it's got this nice kind of, I would say almost like an Eastern swish.
Okay.
The Eastern swish.
Yeah. A swish from the Orient. Oh.
Yeah, man, getting a 3-pointer. All right.
Yeah.
Oriental swish. And yes, I know you can't say Oriental, but it's fun to say.
No.
Yeah.
It's like a chili oil. It's like they've worked a chili oil into a honey sort of
effectively.
Yeah.
And it's pretty yum. And I've been getting into making toasties, aka grilled cheeses, and they are real good for grilled cheese. They're real good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I recently took a trip down to Matt's hot sauce shop in Collingwood.
Ooh, love that place. Yeah.
It's fucking great because I've always loved a hot sauce, but I've really just dabbled. I'll get a Frank's Red Hot to cook with.
Yep.
But I never really went the whole hog, and oh my god, some of the creations there.
It makes you feel alive.
We're doing some little tests. It's a funny thing to have as a taste test, because it's like you want it. You're thinking you put it on something, you have a little dip, just kind of just having a little spoonful, just having a little cheeky spoonful of.
It makes you feel alive. Makes you feel something. For once in my life, I feel like there's something, that life is not
worth
yet
living
over.
for.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I get it, man. Yeah.
So I love I love a bit of spice. As I said, I'm a spiceman.
At the PAX for Girlies, the Finders Keepers market, were there any cosplayers there? I imagine at PAX you're getting a lot of like Sam Porter Bridges. You're getting a lot of one of our listeners went as the I forget his name, but someone from Claire Obscura. There would have been a lot of that.
Yeah,
what are you getting at the Finder? You're getting lots of people dressed up as like current era, lots of showgirl outfits to celebrate the launch of the life of a showgirl. What's going on down there?
Yeah, there's a lot of cosplay for like performative feminist males.
Oh yeah.
A lot of guys, that just are carrying around Infinite Jest.
Yeah.
Never.
Sully Rooney book tucked under the arm.
Yeah. Things like that. Yeah. So a lot of people, cosplaying like they have eyesight trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of boyfriends there just cosplaying that they give a shit.
Yeah, it does feel like that should be the arrangement. It's a shame that they're not like right next to each other, so that it can be hey, I'm going in to play some tabletop games. You're going to look at some arts and crafts, and then we'll just meet up at Royal Stacks once we're both done.
Yes. They should combine the two, really. That does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. The Finders Keeper market did smell a lot better.
Oh, I bet.
Not only that, but a lot people had a lot more better spatial awareness at Finders Keepers market. I had a lot of people... People just in PAX, they just are not used to being outside, so they do not know how to move or who is around them. They do not have that in...
I saw a video of did someone like pull the fire alarm at one point? Did they have to like briefly evacuate?
Allegedly, the rumor was that someone shot themselves in the board game section and they thought it was a gas leak. But hang on.
You got on here and you're like, I went to PAX, I can talk about that. And then this has come up through me sort of accidentally prying it out of you. How you didn't lead with this is insane.
Well, I was there on Friday. That was on Saturday that apparently that it was evacuated, but it was only for 20 minutes. And I don't know I haven't confirmed this source, but allegedly it was because someone shot themselves in the board game section.
So
that could just be drum up, though.
Someone shits themselves in the board game section. Everyone out. Like where the convention center is huge. So not just let's kind of hose down the board game section. Let's get everyone out of the entire building.
Well, you got to be safe with these sorts of things.
That's true.
And who knows what Mountain Dew and twisties can do to a human.
Yeah. A lot of lowered immune systems in PAX as well. So I think
a lot of bacteria that you got to work out for. So
God, imagine being that person that shitted themselves and cleared out an entire building as a result.
I would love that. It would be a real bragging rights.
Yeah, that's a feather in the cap. Absolutely.
I'd be telling that story for years to come. People would be tired of hearing it.
Yeah.
It is getting... I was pleasantly surprised at how kind of inclusive it was at PAX. I will say that. Because the impression that I get from gamers is that they hate everything. They hate... And especially women. So it was nice to... There were lots of different people there. So that was kind of... That was encouraging to see, to be honest.
Had you not been before?
I had, yes. But it'd been a while. And,
I think I can't remember if we went last year or the year before, but I definitely got that feeling as well. I think we first went back in like 2016, and I think it's changed for the better, definitely. Very, very diverse crowd, very chill. Apart from perhaps the body odor, it's actually not an awful place to hang out.
It makes you realize that the sort of that incel group is a very loud minority that are basically making a very poor reflection on the rest of gamers, and most gamers are just like normal people, albeit a bit smelly.
Yes. Yeah, that's the thing I really like about being there, is this thing that, it's still, for how massive video games are and how much money, like the biggest examples of them pull in, and like the, these massive launches of a game like we'll see one next year with the new Grand Theft Auto. It still is this thing that, if you're into it, you probably do have, most people probably feel like a little bit of like, oh yeah, I kind of playing video games. Like, you got to keep it a bit on the down low.
Yeah, it's
and being
shameful.
in this like big building of people that are all just like able to just let it rip for the weekend and just be like, yeah, there's no, everyone's into everything, and there's, I find that
it's nerd
really
pride in a way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, like you say, literally in a lot of ways, there's like like properly diverse. A bunch of people there, and it's always been a positive experience for me, except the time that we did a show and it only got half full audience. But apart from that, sorry to bring back memories, Tommy. But was there any of the indie games or the smaller ones, Ben, that stuck out to you that you had a crack with and are keen on?
I didn't have a crack at any, but I watched a janky football game. Project Footy, which looks really good and really fun.
Yes.
And it apparently is voiced by Broden Kelly.
Yeah.
And I looked
you say apparently, like you don't really believe that could be true.
I couldn't believe it personally.
No way of you verifying this. No way of you getting access to Broden to ask him.
No, I'm just
whether
covering
or not
my
he's done
ass in case he's not. That's really it.
It's in the same bucket of rumors as the guy shitting himself.
That's true. Which is, he shut himself into a bucket. It's the same bucket.
Yeah, we've got a real Nui Takoa here giving us a PAX confidential.
And I saw My Arms Are Longer.
Yeah.
By Millie Matt.
Yeah.
And that has really come from when I first saw it, which was it was all 2D, and now it's 3D made to look 2D. And it has, and just the detail in that game has really increased, and it looks really fun. And they've gotten, I think they've announced that they've gotten their last sort of bit of funding, which is really awesome. But it was really encouraging to see how much funding. Obviously, there's been a huge, Creative Victoria is really pushing a lot of money in there to gaming, and so it was really, really nice. And there's lots of interesting, a lot of Apothecary games I noticed.
Oh yeah.
I think Apothecary is going to be the new is going to be so hot soon.
The new thing where you watch a Nintendo Direct and all of them are about Apothecary. And you're like, damn it! First it was
a lot of
farming.
Apothecary games.
It's been
a lot of cozy games
for a bit as well.
Yeah.
I wonder. It's what you say about the funding, because there's been these big wins in the last little while with like Hollow Knight and Goose Game and these games that go massive that then it sort of turns out, they were developed here. And I wonder if it's like, which kind of came, it probably is a bit of like the government going like, oh shit, we got some real people here just kind of making this shit. This is the thing to invest in.
I think because it's such a growing sector still. It's still showing growth, even after, all the corporate greed is doing the best to ruin games. And Xbox is doing their best to shut down every gaming studio possible. I think that it's still quite, it's still going strong. It's still get going. The arrow is still pointing well and truly up. Even though it's this year, sometimes and the year before it felt like it hadn't. All those gaming studios, despite what they might tell you, the bullshit that they might weave, are just getting closed just due to corporate greed and mismanagement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, not to hang this segue on such a negative thing, but there was a little news story that popped up, I think, in the last couple of days that I saw. The art director of Halo, I guess of 343, been with the franchise for like 17 years. They left. I don't know if they were fired or resigned, but they departed.
Yeah.
And they posted this quote, which is kind of depressing, and I think points to something that I know, Ben, that like in media in generally you've been pretty worried about, which is AI taking shit over.
Yeah.
They said that they were no longer contributing to the Halo franchise. There's little more that they can say at the moment, though I intend to share this particular story in its entirety when it is absolutely safe to do so next year, which I kind of speculate maybe is based around Microsoft's own, coming announcement about something.
And also, it's the question of, can 343 become the most hated development studio in all of gaming? How much? Let's ask the question, what are they doing next? Let's not that. What can they fuck up through their own sheer incompetence next? Right. That's the question that we need to be asking when talking about 343. No one, I don't think in the history of gaming have, maybe Duke Nukem, but I don't even think that was as big. Like 343 have fucked up every single game that they've made.
They took a mascot. They took like the main, the identity of the company.
They took a guaranteed win and fucked it into oblivion.
Yep.
It's like, it's the amount of like Three Stooges sheer buffoonery and incompetentness, and the TV show, fuck, like they were in charge of that as well. It's just like, you couldn't have fucked things and shown that you have a lesser grasp of A, the franchise that you're in charge of, and B, just basic writing and story skills.
Yeah. Was there a single person on Earth that watched that show? Like, I saw there's like a billboard near my house that's always got some sort of Paramount thing on it. Just Paramount, right? Yeah. And so I saw a billboard once, and then I did not hear it's almost like it didn't come out. Like,
it may as well have not.
I didn't hear a single thing about it.
It was just such a, like, I don't think anyone on that show had even played Halo or read a Wikipedia on the Halo universe. It was just a clear, a 12-year-old could have grasped what Halo was about more. It's just amazing. It's not even sad. It's more impressive at how the titanic feat of fucking everything that you're in charge of so hard.
It's one thing to bring something out and for it to be loathed and get like pile on of negative criticism, but to bring something out and it be so middle of the road that no one has anything to say on it one way or the other. That takes true skill. Yeah. That's harder than making something good.
As a comic, I would prefer people go out and fucking hate me, because at least they feel something.
They felt something.
Absolutely.
There is nothing worse than going out and being ignored. That will make you want to kill yourself. You tried for something
and didn't land it, and that annoyed people. That is, at least you tried something.
You swung big, you failed.
Yeah.
Great. Well done. Yeah. But to be just like met with...
Absolutely.
They're up on stage at the Lucky Cock, and no one's even turning their heads.
Nah.
Right.
You may as well not even exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're better off having a mental breakdown and starting to cry.
Yeah.
And say, come on, guys. I work really fucking hard on this stuff, which is what I saw someone literally do at that gig.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I remember, like, Halo, the first one that they did was kind of like the bad guy was shit, and then they killed him off in an extended universe comic. And then they tried again, and they were like, we're going to make the characters that you love? Well, they're not in it. And one of them is a bad guy now. And then they were like, okay, don't worry about that. Let's pretend that never happened. Okay, how about the most generic dog shit villain that you don't give a fuck about and is written for clips to be clipped up in a trailer.
God.
Yeah.
And it felt like, again, written by AI. It was just like the most artless, fucking shrug. And if that's, I think Microsoft obviously hate video games and don't know what they're doing. And that it was kind of a taste of what they are bringing to the industry now.
Yeah,
100%. And I think, because there've been all these rumors in the past 6 months plus, sort of after they cancelled all of those games and shut down all of those studios that had such promise, a lot of them, like they were great studios who'd had great debut games.
They just must be run by the most ballless, feckless cunts.
100%. And now people are speculating like, well, they're cutting jobs, they're cutting all this in their view fat because they're going to fucking do everything with AI and it's going to be cheaper and it's going to cut corners. And I think this guy specifically, he's like, the follow-on to that was like, remember that, you want to be able to step away from, your time in an industry with your dignity intact, with your ethics and your values intact. And, him plonking that down when he's been, cut loose from a studio tied to Microsoft, it does not bode well for what they're actually going to do next, which, like you say, man, it's already been shit. It's already been completely lacking in creativity and innovation. And they've had to try and claw back the old employees from the initial days of Halo to have some semblance of direction with Infinite, at least. And those guys have just kind of walked back out again. It's all just real mucky stuff.
And I remember when Microsoft Activision merger was first sort of talked about, and people were like, it could be good because now they've got the resources of this big company. But you're like, no, I think this is, we already knew that monopolizing something is not good for consumers. And I think this is, and if you have any doubt of like the new EA owners, if they're going to make EA better, I think we can all, I think you can purge that thought from your mind. And I would be, if I'm not a betting man, but I would, and if there was a site to bet if EA is going to, be dismantled or just disappear, that's a fair bet.
I think so. We talked last week a little bit about
Say goodbye to your Sims, fuckers.
Say goodbye to EA FC. How it was like done as some kind of deal wherein there's like $20 billion of debt like attached to the deal, and it's like, well, they'll never be able to reconcile that debt. Most likely it is for the government of Saudi Arabia to look good and be like, hey, we're progressive, we have entertainment. Same with the fucking comedy festival we've been talking about for weeks.
If Slumlord Kushner takes over your business, it's going to be dismantled off and sold for parts.
Exactly. This is a short-term win in terms of public relations, and then it is probably a fast death for EA as a company.
I mean, you think about how quickly Microsoft killed pretty much like countless studios. That happened relatively quickly. I look forward to seeing the bloodbath because I don't give a fuck. EA sucks.
Yeah.
Fuck EA.
That's fair.
What a quote. I look forward to the bloodbath.
I feel sorry for some of the poor cunts that are working in those studios. Though I'd be looking for a job straight away.
Openly,
on that
LinkedIn
news.
Open in the middle of the office. Who gives a rat's?
Yeah.
Get out now. I'm not even a business analyst, and I think that you should get the fuck out.
Yeah, if they start inviting you over to Saudi Arabia for business trips, for team building exercises, I say...
What sort of team building? You can't drink. Just go to a mall. It's the same thing.
You can't drink. You can't criticize your bosses.
Yeah.
It's a trap.
It's a trap, guys.
They'll take away your passport.
Yeah. They'll assassinate you in an embassy.
They'll fucking take a bone sword.
Yep.
Khashoggi you.
Opened a packet of dissenting journalists. They're all dead. They're all beheaded.
Poke some holes in the bag or call them dead journalists.
You're a terrific crown prince. Never forget.
I hope Jim Owen killed though. Thinking about Riyadh Comedy Festival, I do really. I think everyone, it's like everyone was like, fuck these big guys that, don't need the money. But I'm glad Jim Owen, you got to get paid, man.
Incredible post on one of the social media accounts over there that was like a photo of Jim Owen on stage, and they've like, everyone was absolutely in stitches following a performance by, and what have they called it? They've called him like Jam Yun or something, like Jamy. Just like, imagine that. You sell your morals, you go over there to take the paycheck. Fuck. They don't even fucking know who you are. They can't even get your name right.
Honestly, if there was going to be any record of me going there and performing, having it not be Googleable would probably be
It's good for the
SEO.
Preference. Good point, actually. Maybe that's you get up there and you're just like, anyway, thanks, Riyadh. I've been Gab Rossi. I'm safe. Kevin Hart lives to fight another day. No one will ever know I was here.
There are a few other stories from this week, a little more positive. Tommy, you were excited by these little short films that came out.
Yeah, did you see this, B-Russ? There was a bizarre little set of little short films that Nintendo put out. So they put out this little video. It's very like very kind of like Pixar short film style, the little ones that they have before their features. It's a little baby in a room, the stuff kind of moving around invisibly. They put it up with zero context, no description of it. People were like, well, what's this? Is this like a trailer for a game? Is this a teaser for a new movie? What is this? And people kind of noticed that there was little bits of music motifs that are in the Pikmin games. And people were thinking like, oh, there's little stuff moving around, the Pikmin thing. Next day, they upload basically the same video again, but this time instead of stuff moving around invisibly, it's Pikmin moving it around. And so people were like, oh, okay, well, it is Pikmin. And it kind of seemed like, did they put the first version of that up by accident? Like, did they put a draft of the video that didn't have the characters properly animated in it yet? Like, why do this teaser where you put up something that just is missing all this kind of the key detail of it? And so it turns out, it's not a thing. It's not a teaser for a game or anything like that. It's just like they've got this new company or this new little offshoot division called Nintendo Pictures, where they've got some people who worked on like Death Stranding and kind of all these like quite talented like animators and technical people. And they're just going to, I guess, every now and then put out weird little short films using some of their characters.
That's fun.
Which is cool. I don't know why it had to get rolled out in this way that really meant people went quite insane and were like, oh shit, we're about to get a new Pikmin announced. And then the end result of it was like, no, it just is a little 2-minute short film.
There's something that's just so, they know their brand so well, Nintendo, that they know that they can't do things that in a way that makes any sense.
Yes.
Something has to just be a little bit off.
Even just that first version of it being the like not having the characters in it, but using little bits of the music. So there was like people going, "What is this?" And then anyone that's played a bit of Pikmin was like, "It's Pikmin." It's like stuff's moving around. Stuff's that, you won't be able to see them because they're so little, but it's the music. It's Pikmin. Other people are like, "You're a fucking idiot. It's not Pikmin." Just wonderful stuff.
Yeah, so, I don't know if Nintendo seemed to me like like someone. Again, I'm turning it back to comedy, but it's like of a comedian that has no idea why they're funny. But they get up there, they do it, they crush, and then you're like, oh, this isn't a character. This is them.
Yeah. And anytime they do try to lean into it or market themselves, it's like, no, don't do that.
You're so right. It's a perfect analogy. Not that this person does know what's funny about them, but it's like a Luke McGregor who is so funny because of his voice and his persona, where you'll see him do a line that crushes, and you're like, any other person just reading that line out in their voice, that gets nothing. That's Nintendo. It's like any other company doing that, people would be like, fuck you, why are you putting out this stupid short film and trying to pretend it's a fucking video game? What is this bullshit? But it's like, no, but it's Pikmin.
in that little.
It's because it's Figment.
In that little broken voice, it's actually quite charming. I think it's very cute.
Yeah. So yeah, keep an eye out for more. I don't know what the ongoing, because I think when they got more
baffling shit from Nintendo,
baffling little short films. I think when they announced this, because they'd announced this a little while ago, and I think people thought, oh, maybe this will be like a little division that is mostly focused on doing like little cutscenes for the games or whatever. They'll have a bit more of a cinematic flair to them, and that might still be the case, but they've got some really good talent working in this studio, and I guess it's just going to be. I mean, maybe the plan is a game comes out, and because they've done this a little bit, put out little interstitial short film things in the lead up to the new game that kind of tie into it to give people a bit more of a reason to talk about it online. Like that could be kind of cool, but yeah, I don't really know what they're. Not really sure what the grand plan is here, but
Nintendo work in mysterious ways.
They really, really do.
May Nintendo be with you,
and also with you.
Thank you. Amen.
Big release this week. The new Battlefield game. None of us have been playing it. Not our bag, baby. But hey, some people out there are engaging with it.
Some people love it. Yeah. In fact, the consensus seems to be that people love it. I'm not.
Yeah.
I think I'm done with Call of Duties and all that. I reckon I'm done.
Yeah, you were hanging on for a little while there. You were
was.
You were still pretty in the ecosystem.
But I think I'm enjoying single players again.
Okay.
This is exciting because you've been a big multiplayer boy for a long time. I mean, what was the last one you were probably still fully invested in?
Occasionally, I will pop back into Helldivers 2. I feel like Helldivers 2 again. The developers seem intent to get in their own way with continuously rebalancing and it's just like let us have fun for Pete's sake.
For Pete's sake.
Yeah.
For goodness.
So I kind of lose a lot of excitement for that game just purely because they won't stop fucking themselves.
Yeah.
Is it the thing where they're like selling content that then is not overpowered and they're rebalancing after?
I wouldn't even
say
it's like, no, they don't strike me as like a greedy company. It's just that they continuously kind of underpower everything and make things harder and overcharge. Like the balancing, they just need to just take their hands off the sliders.
Yeah, right.
For fuck's sake, just let people have fun, and that's it. But they're kind of obsessed with alienating, bringing people in and then alienating them and then bringing them people in. It seems to go up and down. Like you're like, oh, they made it fun again, and then it'll get shit and you'll fucking walk away, and then people will be like, oh, they made it fun again. You're like, oh, great. And it just is tiring. So I've kind of stepped away from that. I'm getting into like I bought just a bunch of stuff for my handheld. So like smaller kind of games. Like I've got the Clover Pit.
I've been meaning to play that.
It's super fun. Dice Legends I just downloaded. I haven't even played yet. And Mars First Logistics and Nine Kings.
Oh yeah.
And then I've just been going hard on Ghost of Yotei.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Which I have been absolutely loving. And again, it's this weird sort of disconnect between critics and actual people that play games and enjoy them. Critics have been saying that, oh, it's the same game as the first one. I'm like, that's every From Software game and every COD game.
It's every sequel,
right? And Borderlands 4. Oh no, we like this one.
Yeah. And we talked about this last week. I think there's a lot of differences to it. I think it's like confidence, and it's like the premise, the way it gets you in. It feels so different to me to how the beginning of Tsushima felt.
And I like the combat is noticeably better in a combat system that was already fucking top tier.
Yeah. You're right. The reaction of the camera to that sort of almost side-on snapping to each enemy is. I found it quite difficult to come to grips with in that first one. Ended up being okay with it. But diving into this, it was much more fluid, and it was just like they've tweaked something in the background to make it a little bit more helpful. Even playing on hard, at least you're not having the frustrations of the mechanics getting in the way. I totally agree. And then the scale of it's, I think, bigger and better.
Yeah.
Visually,
it's got a cool
fucking awesome.
Kill Bill. You're the bride in Kill Bill.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like that. I like the characters. I think it feels fun, and I watch because I watch a lot of the YouTuber Skill Up, and he was like, I didn't like the characters and things like that. And I was like,
really?
yeah, and I was like, I reckon and I don't want to be like, I reckon it's because it's a chick.
Right.
Ooh, yeah. You really got to watch yourself if you have any kind of criticism about anything that's like predominantly female fronted. It's a bit of a minefield if you get in there and you're like, oh, I think it's kind of sucks.
Yeah. Even if it's not a conscious bias, right?
He didn't
it's
like yeah, I think that it's a definite unconscious bias for a lot of people. And that's not, and people will be like, oh, Benny's just fucking virtue signaling, but like literally it is a great game.
Yeah.
And the story is good.
Yeah.
I think that is, to me, it's sort of the only thing that has changed is that they've made it a lady.
Which we discussed
a lady
this.
without big tits.
Yeah. Because I'm not a fan of Jin Sakai, the protagonist of the first one. We talked about how he, as a character, conceptually, he almost tries to stand in the way of the fun of the game. Like his whole thing was like, I won't be a sneaky, I won't be an assassin. Whereas we're playing this game wanting to fucking jump off the roof and stab someone from, the shadows. And
you can go against the samurai. The samurai are they're dicks. Like
exactly,
you can go against the big houses and be like, I'm just going to help people. It feels more like a cool samurai Champloo, like the wandering, like Ronin, with no rules, that just has to rely on their own morals and ethics. And I think that it does sort of grapple with it. It's not just a blind revenge tale. She does grapple with that. Oh, this is actually worse. This, my sort of laser focused quest for revenge is actually fucking shit up.
Yeah. This character who has spent 16, 17 years kind of building up towards revenge and not maybe reflecting on the fact that you could have just had a nice time.
So if it's not that sort of if it's not that unconscious bias, which I'm willing to sort of concede that it might not be, I think it might just be that this guy doesn't know what a good story is or good characters are, because he also hated Last of Us 2, which was another. I was like, that's a fucking amazingly written game.
Yeah,
and
that is a red
said
flag.
Something about, and he said that it was just a revenge tale, and you're like, well, if that's it's not though, and neither is this.
You can say that about it if you try and be deliberately reductive about anything. You can say that about you can apply that to any piece of great media. If you use the phrase it's just, then it's like,
exactly.
Well, everything boils down. Every piece of art that you enjoy did have to be only got up because it was able to be pitched to someone in one sentence. So essentially, everything is that simplistic if you choose to look at it that way.
Uncharted is just a guy looking for treasure. I mean, what's interesting about that? Well, actually, it's more than that, because it's a fucking story with So I agree. And I like the character of Atsu. I think that she isn't a boring version of this protagonist in a revenge story. I think there's depth there. I like that she's kind of this ice cold, focused person who is also kind of pragmatic and adapts to the situation. And I completely agree. I don't think that there's anything that can be reduced to fucking one sentence about this game.
Yeah, I just don't. I was just frustrated in this cycle about those reviews because people on Borderlands 4 came out and the reviews were, it wasn't just Borderlands. And then I played Borderlands and it was just fucking Borderlands.
That game, that's really a franchise where more than anything people just want more of the same.
Yeah, like that. They were like, no, the humor's better. And the humor is, if you have not played Borderlands 4, the humor is exactly the same. I've never had a game that made you. I was like, yeah, sure, the gameplay is fun and the loop is fun, but holy fuck, it makes you hate it.
Right.
because Randy Pitchford thinks that he's funny because people have to laugh at him during the board meetings.
Otherwise, he fucking yells at them and fires them.
Yeah, like
literally.
The humor in that game is, if you find that funny, then you have a shit sense of humor.
Go down to Lucky Cock and eat your fucking pizza. And ignore what's going on.
You are not welcome.
Put fucking Deadpool and Wolverine on for a fifth spin and get the fuck out.
Fucking broaden your horizons. Watch something else other than fucking Marvel going, that just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suck my dick.
This game rocks. This game rocks so hard. All the there's so much moment to moment stuff that just feels so good. The thing where someone's like, is it like when you've killed someone, they've like dropped theirs, you can pick up their sword and you just like pick it up and then you get the cue to just push one button and like fucking slice someone through with it. That combo thing that you unlock quite early on in the skill tree, it's like you push the two buttons at once and you do that like. You just unlock so many things so quickly to just like when you're getting swarmed, make it like quite easy to take like these groups of people out and getting a follow-up thing when you do the standoff. There's just so many things that just feel so fucking good to pull off.
Yeah, it's super fun. I have been absolutely loving it.
Yeah,
loving it sick.
I don't think I was hell-bent on 100%ing the first one, but this one, it's like, I think I've done every bounty that has been possible. Like, I'm near the end of the second kind of main target that I'm, chasing down, and just every area I've done all the bounties, and many of which have their own, like, cool little unique stories. Some of them are just a guy being like, fuck you, and you killed them, but some of them are quite interesting.
I think my favorite storyline was the Oni. The Oni was such a good... I really enjoyed that. That really had me hooked, and I love that environment, all the red.
Yes.
Yeah, I just got up to that bit. I'm just doing that bit.
It's I think that it doesn't quite reach this level, but it is the closest to the Red Dead Redemption 2 level of detail in the open world.
Totally. I was playing it the other day, and my girlfriend was like, "Oh, so this is like Japanese Red Dead Redemption 2." I was like, pretty much. Like, maybe it doesn't quite hit the same heights with the single player, with the campaign plot line, but in a lot of ways, it is comparable.
It is it's a simple storyline, but I think it's effective, and it doesn't feel as fucking. Sometimes open world the story can feel so disjointed, like GTA. It just feels like, what? But this
or formulaic if it's a less ambitious one. Yeah,
I think these guys, they kind of know they know what they're good at, and they know that they're not to the level of a Rockstar with how they do like a big sprawling story in an open world. So they're like, let's pick something that's like a bit of a trope but has like real propulsion to it, and there's a lot of like, they know that they're good at the environmental design. I think that's the thing that they are like the most skilled at, and they're like, the story and stuff is really good at it, but it's not like, I would say it's not overreaching. It's like just the right level of being good and interesting and fun, but they're not trying to like bite off more than they can chew.
Something being a trope does not automatically qualify it from being bad.
If
you do the trope well, then why do we have a problem with that?
And then I think, like we were talking about, the differentiations from the first one, like the weapons, the extra weapons, I think are really fun. I loved getting the Odachi, which is the fucking giant two-handed sword. Even the training in that, and the series of quests you do with the Odachi trainer. The last one of which is great and shouldn't be spoiled. It's like just a cool concept for like a mission, I guess, but I love using that in battle. It is such a fun weapon. And then the bow and arrows, the two different ones you have, all of the the little thrown mechanics, like the kunai and the smoke bomb and all of that shit.
And you also get a pistol and a rifle.
Oh,
which is
bitch.
Fun.
Yeah.
And the rifle takes it takes suitably long to reload, so you want to have that ready to go, and it's kind of almost a one shot because it takes so long.
I love early on when you get the option of like a second weapon that you're using, and the way that it kind of, the game sort of starts to tell you semi-subtly, not very subtly, about like switching between, you'll still be using your sword when you're fighting someone, and they'll be like, they'll have like a reason for, just someone in the battle yelling out like, yeah, you're never going to defeat me if you keep using that sword. It's like, really like, it's got to feed you a little bit. It sort of stops doing it eventually, but it's like, why would this guy that's trying to kill you give you the hint of like the best way to take him down? Is very funny.
The sensei always goes, okay, so if they come at you with this, what are you going to use?
Yeah.
And then if they use their katana, what are you going to use with that? But I did play it with English subtitles in Japanese, and I did like Atsu's voice actor better for the Japanese.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I found that the English Atsu is a bit too hoarse.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She is quite hoarse. It didn't quite match up with, I think, once I went Japanese, it sort of was, I prefer the Japanese one, voice actor a bit better.
I remember doing that with the first one for a little bit, and then it being the dialogue being out of sync with the lip movement and being like, oh, this doesn't feel like any more authentic because it was done originally in English, and it just felt like it took me out of it. But yeah, I should give that a try. What I have been finding funny, and I don't know, this is just, it's funny because I've been playing it with the English dialogue, and there's Atsu's voice is like she speaks in like an American accent, and then you meet people that are in, like, they're a bit more heavily accented and their English is a little bit more broken. But it's funny because it's like, well, this is in, like, they're not speaking, you know what I mean? This is just for my benefit. So why are there different levels of like people's like English comprehension when this is all meant, you know what I mean? It's like, this isn't, they're not talking like this in the real reality. It's like a funny, like.
Is that for the Ainu?
Or just other characters?
Traveling merchants?
Yeah, I think so,
Yeah, it's funny because they start speaking Ainu and then they seamlessly transition to Japanese.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm doing the same, Ben. I did that from the start. I chucked on the Japanese dialogue. I haven't tried any, and still, like we mentioned this last week, Tommy, I haven't tried any of those other presentation modes. Have you chucked on
I tried the
Kurosawa or the...
I tried the Watanabe one with the lo-fi for a bit, but I like I think that the soundtrack is so good that it felt like I was kind of missing out.
I agree with like the black and white mode as well. It's like, yeah, that is cool and that is an interesting, reference, but this game looks fucking beautiful. And the music, original soundtrack is gorgeous. Yeah,
the Watanabe one, what's in there is cool, but it feels like there's like a few tracks that it's just kind of deploying whenever. Yeah. It feels definitely like less curated than like the actual soundtrack, where they've clearly gone through every moment and gone, this is the bit of music that should be playing. It does feel like a smaller list of stuff that's just like you're hearing the same things again and again, and you'll be in like a, not like, it's not like every single battle that you're in is like exactly the same in this game. So you'll be in a battle and be hearing a bit of music and be like, I don't know that that's really the most appropriate music for
that's
this
how
specific
I felt.
Interaction. Yeah.
And it's not like the problem with those modes is that you'll be like, I'll save them for mopping up side quests, but the side quests are so well done that you're like, they're probably got some curated music and things like that, and things that you want to see. They all kind of contain something. And I just have been loving the interactions that you see when you're traversing, and it's just it's one of my favorite of the year big boys of the year.
Me too.
Same.
I've been loving it. I've been really loving it.
It's been a while since I've had a good single, like, that kind of game grab me, and I've been enjoying that fact.
Yeah. Well,
what else would you... Oh, sorry, Tommy. I was going to just ask, what are your other probably standouts for the year, Ben? Because we're getting close to the end.
I don't know. You'd have to give me some.
Did you like Death Stranding 2?
I didn't play Death Stranding 2 because and this is just based off reviews, I really didn't like the combat in the game. And I liked the traversal, and apparently the traversal had been toned down and the combat had been brought back up. And I just didn't like the story for it. So I was like, you know what? I'll just leave this one away. You know, I won't.
Yeah. Did you get into Blueprints?
I got into a little bit of Blueprints back when I had a Game Pass. I got into it, but
yeah.
I don't know if that's my game. I don't know. I just didn't hit me. It didn't grab me anyway.
Yeah.
But I've kind of been in a transitional period with games, going away from multiplayer games and into
that's fair.
It's me trying to try a bunch and figure out what I like again.
Yep.
I mean,
what about your Hollow Knights and your Hades? Did you get your Silk Songs and your Hades too?
Yeah, I've been enjoying Silk Song. And I enjoyed the Precinct, which was that top-down. Yeah, I really liked Precinct.
Yeah. Like isometric little doohickey. All right, I might give that a crack because we have too many games to play for this show, and we got to prioritize. Did you play Donkey Kong Bonanza?
No, I don't have a Switch 2, and I'm not going to get one.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Firmly planting his feet.
Can't justify it.
That's fair. Wait until a few more big fellas come out.
And also, it's hard to sort of like, why get it? I just kind of I gave my Switch to my nieces and didn't miss it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a game out there that I couldn't just wait and say, hey, can I just borrow your Switch for a bit? Can I play this?
Yeah.
You know, maybe like a new Mario, I would do that with. I do love those Mario games, and they're so good. But they're just the same game. They're just the same game. Mario's just the same game as all the other Marios. So even though they're the same game, they are like the best at that.
Absolutely. And they've got a male protagonist, so that means I
can identify with them.
Yeah.
It's me running around.
Because I need, with all my games, I need to be able to use my imagination to believe I am in the world.
Yes,
and if that character does not have a big hog and some real big balls, and I just can't get into it.
If he's not slinging rope, I don't want to fucking know about it.
Oh, fuck.
All right.
Well, it does sound like, Yotei's your AAA of the year.
Yeah. And I've been enjoying Clover Pit. It's been super fun. Just
all right, I gotta get around to
just good old-fashioned gambling without losing your money.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
Well, Ben, thank you for joining us. Is there anything that you want to plug on your way out?
I don't know if this is... listen, if theater is your thing, I'm doing a play. It's a comedy play.
Yeah.
It's called Spook Mansion. So it's like this fun.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's this fun show, which is like a haunted house type thing, and it's very lots of Naked Gun style humor. It's very silly. It's not clever humor. It's very stupid things that you can take your dad to, and they'll love.
Yeah,
which
written
is kind of
awesome.
Written by Michael Ward, right? Who's a long-time McCullough writer who I've worked on a few things with.
And it's got great cast, and I'm in it, and I get to be some fun characters in it, and it's happening in November.
Cool.
And for more details, just follow me on Instagram. I'm just bringing it up right now so that I get the dates right. 12th to the 23rd of November at Chapel on Chapel. And it's got a fantastic theatre actor, Peter Horton, and the wonderful Emily Tahini in it.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. I'll be there. Friend of the show, Rosie Vanell, absolutely fucking loves a spooky story and a bit of live theatre. So we'll get down there.
Nice.
And yeah, we've both loved all of Ben Russell's work. We can highly recommend watching this silly little boy prance around the stage.
I love a prance.
Funny. Yep.
I love a prance. If prancing is illegal, then lock me up.
Well, that's going to do us for another installment.
An absolute pleasure to come on this podcast and settle some beefs.
Yeah. Thank you, Viras.
I love airing grievances on Filthy Casuals.
Yeah.
And,
settle some beefs and start some new ones.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. And as we say here at the end of every episode of Filthy Casuals, yes, please.
Thank you.